Good morning, everyone. It is, what's today, Wednesday? Yeah, Wednesday. I want to say it's the 5th, it could be the 6th. First Wednesday of 2025. I really got to start looking at my calendar more often. Anyway, I was no, it's the 5th. Yeah, I was dwelling on yesterday's announcement from David Sachs, the crypto and AI czar, crypto czar, I guess they call him. Yeah, this guy has one of the most responsible positions in the history of government. Because right now we are switching over to the 4th and 5th industrial revolutions. And a lot of people don't understand how much has been thrown upon us in such a subtle manner. And that's a huge thing with these deep state players. They do things so subtly, and then they speed it up just at the right temperature. I often use a parallel that I became exposed to in my late teens and early 20s. It's a metaphor. I like to use metaphors. And it's making a soup or stew. You make it low and slow. I spent that time of my life growing up. Things were predominantly Italian American in southern New York. And soups were a huge thing. Everyone had their own versions of soups and stews. And, you get this whole question of, is it a soup or is it a stew? Is the use of tomatoes or is it a gravy? All on and on and on it goes. I'll leave that for the Italian Americans to comment below. I always say tomato soup makes the difference. I'll just say that. Or tomato sauce makes the difference. So in any case, that was a little sidebar rather. But my point is this. See, I'm thinking too fast again. Or speaking too slow for how quickly I'm thinking. And what it is that I'm seeing, it's a bit of like reverse order in how this was done. They laid all the railroad tracks. They built all the stations first. Laid some railroad tracks, but then Trump surprised them and got in and says no to CBDCs. They're going to be private issued stablecoins, and he's doing it the right way in my humble opinion. And the deep state players were left scrambling. So now they're going to have to do an infrastructure on stablecoins that they hadn't planned. They just said, okay, the sheep are just going to obey. Some of them are going to be rich. Some of them are going to be confused, whatever, blah, blah, blah. But then the sheep struck back and elected Trump. And now they're scrambling to do stablecoins right. We got Mr. Sachs there. We got President Trump. We got a lot of people are overlooking VP Vance. Guy's a technology lawyer. You can't argue a case for technology if you don't understand the technology. Of course, we got some really good science and law folk in there. This was totally unexpected by them. So they're scrambling. And because we have good people in there, they are really overlooking this quite well. Now, I am not hearing really anything except from Rich over at Common Sense Crypto about the digital Bill of Rights, which we do need. We don't have that. We don't have a digital Bill of Rights that can spread around the world, that ensures the basic rights of people regarding their use of digital assets, not just cryptocurrencies. Because here's another thought on that whole speech. It's all about tokenization. Now, what really is tokenization? The creation of derivatives. And I posted a video I stumbled across yesterday. I posted it on X. I tagged the gentleman in it. I don't really follow him. Joel Ledin, I want to say his name is. But it was actually a very good look at Kendra Hill and what she wrote. Now, obviously, Kendra Hill's not a real name, and you'll understand that if you watch the video because it actually reads what she wrote and about XRP and XLM. And everything seems to be coming around to pretty close to what Kendra Hill said. Now, could it be that this Kendra Hill, air quotes, was just a very brilliant person? Plausible. But that's a lot of futurism. She'd have to be, presuming it's actually a female, be the best futurist in all history. And that's a bit of a stretch for me. It could be just, I mean, you could say anything. Kendra Hill, time traveler at this point. But point being, we are seeing that she speaks about derivatives, and that derivatives were always the goal of XRP, and that cross-border payments were just a means to an end to get to that point. Paraphrasing what she said. And there's a level of truth to it, because you could get bread with your cross-border payments, but you get lobster and filet mignon with derivatives. So you can't eat lobster and filet mignon all day, every day. You need a variety. So like any good business model, or any good company with a halfway decent business model, you set things up for multiple streams of income. So I lean towards her being accurate. Now, derivatives, tokenization, that's the way all this is going. And we know who those players are in that field. It's going to be, in my humble opinion, XRP, XLM, supported by Algo and Hedera. The other chains are going to come up. If you got in super early, you'll have a very nice return in the probably 1,000x range. It's probably too late for that now. But if you're into having diversification within this focused asset class of digital assets, cryptocurrencies, etc., feel free to look at Casper, ADA, IOTA, Caspa, Constellation, Verge. Everyone seems to overlook Verge. Quite a few other ones. And of course, never forget good old Monero. I always like to throw in that we got to have Monero around as a bit of a counterbalance. And you'll see Pirate Chain come up and do pretty well. Now, all that being said, then none of this is financial advice. I could be completely wrong and you could lose your shirt. And I'm not making money on any of this, because I've decided not to do. I don't see. I have no intention really anymore of doing sponsorships. I like my initial idea of having perhaps one day a Patreon group, what have you. But yeah, nobody's sponsoring me. I might get affiliate links to put up, and as a way to mitigate costs, that type of thing, and we shall see from there. But I'm not making money off of these conjectures that I put out there. It's just an opinion of a guy who drives his car to work. But I'm very happy with. Why is this person driving slowly? You're on a highway. There. in the left lane. Anyway, I digress, ladies and gentlemen. But with that speech yesterday, I think we were exposed to a potential that this is going to take a little longer than expected. I think if these deep state players had their way, we'd already be up and running, and we'd be stuck in a CBDC system that wouldn't be any good. Unfortunately, it's not working out according to their plan. So why even do it? Quite frankly, we're in this fiat currency system. We have way too much finance out there, and it's not covered. If everyone called in their debts all at once, no one could pay their bills. And I'm speaking like huge multinational companies, nation states, etc. And if that all fell apart, we'd have a lot of regionals, regional governments, regional businesses, etc. And these deep state players couldn't make money on a global basis. So they really want to keep the game going and rolled over into digital assets. That's the way the whole system is set up, unfortunately. So we're kind of stuck with this, and it seems like we're getting the best deal out of all of it. So we'll have to see how we keep up on all this, because right now is the time to be the most vigilant you could be regarding government. Yeah, we got to ensure that these deep state players do not take over. So the announcement yesterday from Dave Sachs, the presentation, was not a disappointment. It just confirmed the path we're on. It cleared out any uncertainties that people had who are doing this stuff 24/7. And overall, I think it was great. I think we're definitely on the right path. So, ladies and gentlemen, please leave me your thoughts on this. I could have gotten really into quite a few tangents on this, so I'd just like to hear what all of you have to say about it. And thank you. Thanks for watching. Welcome all the new followers, by the way. My goodness, thank you so much. And thank you everyone for sharing my videos. I really appreciate it. Yeah, we got to get ahead here. We can't let these power mongers take everything away from us. Remember, I always say, if they don't want you to have it, that's why you should have it. Okay, take care everyone. Peace.